Hey, what's up followers? Dave here from CNC 3D. So in this video today, we're going to be showing you how to correctly download and install your Nighthawk V2 drivers directly from our website. So this is basically a simple tutorial that we've had to put together because quite a few of you have been a little bit confused about the correct way to do this. So this video has actually been inspired by one particular user, which is Giovanni from the United States. So first thing that we want to do is we've just got our Google Chrome browser here. So we're just going to go to www.cnc3d.com.au, and that's going to navigate through to our main website. Now, once we're here, we do have a dedicated Nighthawk support page. So if you go up the top here to support and go into the Nighthawk CNC Controller support section, that will actually take you through to where the Nighthawk documents live. So this is basically your main page for any resources with regards to using one of our Nighthawk controllers. So obviously, as we scroll down, the first thing is you've got your downloads, you've got your user manual here, you've got the CNC 3D Commander download and the USB driver. So what we're going to do is we're going to download this USB driver now. Now, this is a zip file. So as you can see, it's just downloaded this. I'm just going to open up the downloads folder here. So this is where basically the folder where anything you download from the internet will go to. Now, what we want to do now that we have this zip file, you may have multiple files in here. If you need to, you can just choose to sort by date modified, and that will put it to the top there. So if you right click on this file, now this is Windows 11 that I'm on, but I've got mine looking more like Windows 10. So some of you may right click on here and you'll need to go to more options. So you'll have a little menu that says more options, and then that will bring up this menu. And once that happens, what we want to do first is we want to go into properties and we want to tick this unblock box here. And what that will do is that will get Windows to automatically trust the files that are inside this zip file as soon as we extract them. Otherwise, what can happen is it may not install all of the relevant driver files required to get it to work correctly. So I'm just going to OK here now. And what we want to do is we want to extract all of these files. So rather than simply double clicking on this folder like I've just done here, we're just going to navigate back. We're going to right click on here instead, and we're going to go to extract all. Now it's going to have this little local directory, so wherever we are currently in our downloads, CNC 3D USB driver. So let's go extract there. And now you can see it's created a folder under here that is not a zip file. And if we open this folder, you can see that you've got the CNC 3D USB driver collection. We're going to open that folder there. And you can see that you've got 4 folders in here. So one here is for the C3D THC. So that's for our CNC 3D plasma torch height controller. You've got the Nighthawk Scribe USB driver. You've got the Nighthawk V1 USB driver and the Nighthawk V2 USB driver. Now, for those of you that have received your Nighthawk within the last 12 months, so today is the 6th of January 2026, if you've purchased your Nighthawk in 2025 or later, then you're probably going to have a V2 Nighthawk. So if you just double click on this folder, you can see that there's 2 folders in here. So the top one is newest driver, open me first, and then you have backup only, legacy driver if normal driver does not work. Now, the reason why we have these 2 folders is because sometimes with Windows 11, even though the manufacturer of the chip that we use for the USB to serial communications has produced their own driver that suits Windows 11, it doesn't always work. So what we need to do is we basically sometimes need to install both. So I'm going to cover these today, even though for me personally, I don't have any issues getting a Nighthawk to connect via the serial port. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead now and show you how to install this. So we're going to go with the newest driver, open me first option. Now you'll see that there's a few folders inside of here, and there's this picture that we have in here, which is how to install this driver. Now, if you open this, it basically has an image there that I've created that shows you how to actually do this and gives you a bit of an idea. But basically, I'm going to show you directly. So on my particular machine, I've got it set up so I can see these file extensions. So I can see this .cat, I can see this .inf, but if you have a look, these file names are exactly the same. And this can be a little bit confusing for some of you, but the good news is it doesn't really matter because we're looking for something very specific. So this syllabsa.inf or syllabsa.cat, if you right click on this INF file, you can see there's an install option here. Now, even if you're on Windows 11, it should still give you this option. If you can't see it, again, all you need to do is just go into the more options. So you're going to have a little section in this menu that says more options. And then basically it will bring up this menu. And then you can just simply go and click on install. So it will say, do you wish to install this? I'm not sure if you guys managed to see that or not. And then basically that's pretty much it. It's automatically gone ahead and installed it. If there was anything wrong with it, it would actually come back and tell you that there was a problem with it. But it's actually perfectly fine. Now, what we would normally do, and this might be a little bit tricky, is you need to go into Device Manager. So a bit hard for me to show you, but the easiest way to do it is to right click on your Start button, and then you should have Device Manager in there as an option. Now, if we go into the Device Manager, so I've just opened it up here, you can see here that I've got this ports section here. So I've just got one of our Nighthawk V2 cards connected up to this particular PC, and it's obviously created a COM port on COM3. Now, if you go in here and you do not have a ports section, you will notice all of these should already be in alphabetical order. So if you don't have ports showing in there after doing this driver, and of course you have the USB cable connected to your Nighthawk and the PC at the same time, then you might want to try the legacy driver, and that may work for you. So what we'll do is we're going to go back out of here to this folder here where we had newest driver. We're going to then open up the backup only legacy driver if normal driver doesn't work. Now, for those of you that are on Windows 11 specifically, the likelihood of you having a 64-bit architecture is very, very high. So we would recommend selecting this option here. This is actually an earlier driver that was produced by the manufacturer, but does seem to work on certain Windows 11 installations when the main driver does not work. Now, this one's a little bit different with how it works. If we take a look in here, we can see it has the pictures and explains for you what to do and which one to choose. But just in case, we're just going to go ahead and do it anyway. So we're going to assume we have a 64-bit system. So let's double click on this installer. It should pop up a little box. I'll just drag this into view. And all you need to do is just go next. I accept to this agreement and next, and then it will go ahead and install it. Then just hit finish. Now, what I would recommend you do is go back into your device manager if you still have it open. So let's go into device manager. And you can see we have ports in here again. Now, if you don't see anything in there, you can either choose to disconnect the USB cable from your PC that's going to your Nighthawk, which I'm going to do right now. So I'm just going to disconnect this USB cable. And you can see here that it has completely removed the ports menu from the device manager. I'm going to plug this back in. We're going to see if it picks up on our driver. It has. And it's automatically installed it. And that's basically how you can go through and install the initial USB driver for your Nighthawk. Then, of course, once you do have this and you're able to establish a connection, we're just going to open up our CNC 3D Commander software, and we're going to see if we are able to connect up to it. So we're just getting Commander to launch. All right, so first thing is let's go to COM. Now, if you already have Commander open, just hit refresh here, and it will refresh all of the COM ports on your machine. Once you're good to go, we can just click on Connect here. Now, my particular Nighthawk is already connected to the Wi-Fi here, so we're just going to say no. And then at this point in time, you are now connected to your Nighthawk, more than likely for the first time via USB. And as per the Nighthawk manual, which you should have a copy of course, you can download it directly from this support page here. But a lot of people don't know that if you have CNC 3D Commander installed, you can actually go into the Help menu and go into User Guides, and all of your CNC 3D machines and controllers, all of the manuals are actually in here. So you can actually click on one of these links. I'm just going to bring this into view here for you guys. Unfortunately, this is a rather large display that I have here, and I'm trying to keep these videos 1080p to suit everyone. But this will take you into your manual for the Nighthawk anyway. And obviously what you would want to do now that you have USB going is get onto Wi-Fi as quickly as you can in order to get the best out of your Nighthawk. So that's just done through here. There is another video that basically covers this. If you just click on this video tutorial link here, that will actually launch the YouTube browser. So it will take you to our YouTube channel, to our specific video on how to set up Wi-Fi. So feel free to go ahead and do that straight away, and it should make things nice and simple for you. I hope this video has been informative for some of you and helps you guys getting started with your Nighthawk. We just wanted to make sure that we just made things really, really clear, and obviously trying to address the current issues with Windows 11. A lot of people have had random issues with all kinds of appliances on Windows 11, and we are no different. We are trying our best to work around them whenever we can, and we think and we hope that this video will be a good start for you. So thank you very much, guys. You have a fantastic day, and we'll catch up soon.